Hi friends, welcome to Success Point Academy. Today we will be discussing about the previous staff nurse question paper. In this video we will be discussing the 50 questions. So let's move on to the question number 1. Question number 1 is the positive over the counter pregnancy test is considered as so and so. Dear friends, please understand the three signs of pregnancy. One is presumptive sign, probable sign, and positive sign. Presumptive sign is what the patient complain at the time of pregnancy. For example, missing the menses and increased frequency of urine. I mean the urination. And the probable sign is the positive urine test for pregnancy and bodily changes, like we studied the many changes happens in the pregnancy, like Haggard sign, Goodell sign, and Chadwick sign, and so on. And the third one is positive sign. This is a confirmatory test. For example, USG scan, I mean ultrasound, and then listening to the FHR, and then about means the mother may say he felt the fetal movement. So these are all the positive sign of pregnancy. Now in the question they mentioned positive pregnancy test. It mean option C. And then the question number 2. You are working in the pediatric hospital and caring for 6-year-old boy diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, and which developmental task is most challenge for this boy? For answering this question, you must study the Erik Erikson theory of growth and development. He has explained about the theories about the growth and development from birth till the death. So he's 6 year old. In the question, they mentioned 6-year-old boy. According to Erik Erikson, at the 6-year age, the developmental task is initiative versus guilt. It means the baby take initiative to learn new things. Initiative means he or she takes interest to learn new things, but if he face failure, then he feel guilty or inferiority, you can say. So, to understand this question, you should study Erik Erikson theory. If possible, I try to upload a video on Erik Erikson theory as well. And then question number 3, during which week does the fetal heart begin to pump the blood? For this option A, I mean third week is the right answer. The heart begin to pump or function as early as possible. And question number 4 is which type of cancer has the poorest prognosis? Poor means worst recovery. Prognosis is recovery. So option C. Pancreatic cancer is very difficult for recovery. I mean it's difficult to treat. Friends, the next question is question number 5. The stages of infection. For this, the option B is the right answer. Incubation, prodromal, illness, and convalescent. Incubation period is the period taken by the organism to produce the symptom. So that is called incubation period. And prodromal period is early stage of symptom. And illness is where the patient get more and severe symptoms of particular infection. Convalescent is recovery stage. So the infection has totally 4 stage. First one incubation, prodromal, illness, and convalescent. And the next question is the right answer. And question number 6. Swan neck deformity is seen in rheumatic arthritis. Rheumatic arthritis is autoimmune disorder. It may happen in any age group. And next question is about stages of infection. Question number 5. The right answer is option B. Stage 1 is incubation and prodromal and illness, and then convalescence. Incubation, we very much aware of this term. The organism enter into our body and it reside in body to produce symptom. So that period is called incubation period. And then early stages of symptom is called prodromal stage, An illness where the patient becomes severely ill and manifestation also will be severely worse. And then the final stage is convalescent stage where the patient recover from particular infection. So the option B is the right answer. And question number 6. Swan neck deformity is seen in rheumatic arthritis. Rheumatic arthritis is autoimmune disorder. It may happen in any age group. And question number 7. Which is best method to relieve constipation during the pregnancy? Option B is the right answer where they given vegetables and fruits should be in taken more. Vegetable and fruit has more fiber that is good for constipation. Other three option is not at all relevant with constipation treatment. And then question number 8, which of the following disease cause most death worldwide globally? Which disease cause more mortality rate, I mean death rate? As we all know, the cardiovascular disease is very dangerous and it has highest mortality rate, I mean the death rate worldwide. And next question is question number 9. Which of the following is vector of infection? Vector is carrier. Okay. Vector-borne disease also we used to say vector-borne, water-borne, blood-borne like that. Option B, C, D is not at all relevant with vector-borne. Like thermometer, ball, person, this is all not at all relevant. So the option A is answer. And question number 10. An infant born with non-communicating hydrocephalus has VP shunt inserted, and in addition, neuromuscular assessment. What measure should the nurse use in child care plan? In addition to neurological assessment, what should the nurse should include in the child care plan? And the option is D. Friends, here in the question clearly they mention baby has hydrocephalus and had VP shunting. So VP shunting is diverting the excess CSF from brain to peritoneal cavity. Peritoneal cavity is an abdominal portion of our body. So you have to measure the head and abdominal circumference so that we can understand whether the CSF fluid is draining from brain to abdominal cavity or not, or peritoneal cavity also you can say. So that for that reason only we should assess the head and abdominal circumference. So that is very important point. Okay. And the 11th question is, what is the term used for normal respiratory rhythm? Friends, this all normal anatomy and physiology question we can say eupnea. Eupnea, euphoria. Eu means in the medical term feeling of wellness. Pnea is respiration. So normal breath is eupnea. Okay, other three are abnormalities. And 12th one is alarm, resistance, exhaustion or concept related to which of the following? Alarm, resistance, exhaustion. Friends, this term you could have studied in fight and flight response. Fight and flight response. This topics comes under endocrine system, where we study the stress hormone that is catecholamine. Okay, so here the answer. These three terms related with general adoption syndrome. It means whenever we expose to particular stress, our body secrete the stress hormone called catecholamine to adopt the stress. So that's why it's termed as general adaptation syndrome. This adaptation happens in three stages: alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. Okay. And next move on to the question number 13. A client is in late active phase of labor. Late active phase. Okay. Suddenly, she tells the nurse she feels weak and dizzy. The nurse notes the drop in the maternal BP and late deceleration of the fetal heart rate. The initial action, what she should do. Friends, please understand the question carefully. The mother is in late active stage of labor, means still she is in the first stage of labor. Active phase comes in first stage of labor. Okay. And mother says she is tired and weak. And nurse note the BP is low. BP also drop and FHR also drop. It's very important. Deceleration is decreased or distressed fetus, we can say. Decreased heart rate, you can say. So what you should do immediately? So here, turn the client on the side and administer O2. Please apply the ABC here. The oxygen comes priority. See, in the labor, the mother will be lying in the same position, and because of the same position, the blood vessels surrounding the mother uterus might be contracting or constricting. So the blood flow to the fetus will be compromised. So that's why here late deceleration of the FHR. So that's why we turn the mother to one side and we administer the oxygen. Again, we have to recheck the FHR. If FHR and mother BP is okay, come to normal, then nothing to worry. If it is drop and inform to the physician, they may plan for C-section. Okay. The next question is question number 14. This is about the general knowledge. So please, friends, this you have to study from some GK book and all. Okay. In the Civil War time, the US asked for Florence Nightingale assistance. So the option is D, Civil War. And the next question is question number 15. This is about the mortality rate or birth rate. This birth rate is calculated per 1000 mid-year population. Okay. So the answer is option A. Question number 16. Which of the following is central tendency in statistic? Mean, median, mode. These all three are the central tendency. The meaning of mean is average, and median is center value, and mode is repeated value. So these all three considered as central tendency in statistic. And next about the question number 17. This type of nursing process includes a systematic collection of all subjective objective data and which the nurse focus holistically on the client physical, psychological, emotional, socio-cultural and spiritual aspect. It's very simple. See, from first year we studied about the nursing care plan. The first aspect is assessment, then we make the nursing diagnosis, then we set the goal, then planning, then implementation, then evaluation. So here we collection of data about the various aspect like physical, psychological, emotional, socio-cultural and spiritual is all about the information about the patient or collection of data, both subjective and objective. So this comes in assessment aspect. I hope you understand the meaning of subjective and objective. Subjective is what patients say and objective is what we find from patient. And then is question number 18. There are number of risk factor associated with CAD, coronary artery disease. Which of following is modifiable risk factor? Friends, we should understand the meaning of modifiable and non-modifiable factor. Modifiable you can change. Non-modifiable you may not able to change. For example, lifestyle is example for modifying risk factor. For coronary artery disease, we have two kind of risk factor: modifiable, non-modifiable. Modifiable, we can change Example, your smoking habit, alcoholism, taking more non-veg diet, lack of exercise, sedentary lifestyle, obesity. This all comes in lifestyle related risk factor that is modifiable. Non-modifiable, your age you can't change, hereditary, gene, gender, this all not changeable or not modifiable. So here option A, obesity can be reducted, it can be changed, so option A is answer. And next question is question number 19. When administering single rescuer adult CPR, what is the breath to compression ratio? Option A, 2 breath every 30 compression. Okay, so this is the answer. And question number 20 is about again about the current affairs and GK. So this is RBSK is new initiative aiming at early identification and early intervention for children from birth to 18 years to cover 4D in order as defect at birth, deficiency, disease, development delays, and including the disability. So this is operated under the Government of India. Next question is 21. Arrange the following 5 events in correct order. So this is from endocrine topic where the sensory or neurosecretory cell is stimulated first, and then pituitary gland will be stimulated. Then from pituitary there will be many hormones secreted. Then each hormone act on the particular target organ. So here they have given the gonadotrophin, and gonadotrophin act on the ovaries. So the option A is the answer. And next question is 22. Arrange the following event in the correct order in case of anxiety or panic. So panic is peak level of anxiety. So where we go through the 5 stages. The first one, trigger factor. Trigger is something whichever happen in the society, trigger our sense or we exposed to the particular stress or anxiety. So that is called trigger. Trigger can be any social event. Once we expose to the trigger, then our body sense it. Once you sense it, then you understand the damage or the threat or dangers of the particular event. Then once you understood, then you start to worry about it. That is called apprehension. Once you worry, then finally comes the interpretation of the severity of this threat, that is called catastrophic. Okay, so the option C is the answer. So first we expose to the stress, then we sense it, then we understand the threat, then we start to worry about it, then finally we analyze or we understand the dangers of the threat, that is called catastrophic. And next question is 23. While receiving blood transfusion, the patient developed chills and headache. What should the nurse initial action? Dear friends, please understand whenever the patient getting blood transfusion and suddenly if the patient complains anything unusual, please stop the transfusion immediately. Okay, so here the patient developed chills and headache, so immediately you have to stop the transfusion. That is the answer. And next is about 24. Question number 24. Choose the most therapeutic response to Mr. Sham question. Mr. Sham question is, am I going to die? So this is about therapeutic communication while carrying the patient in dying stage. So here you try to give chance to your patient to express his emotion or ventilate his feeling. Okay, so option D give this that option. Option D is, would you like to talk about your condition and prognosis? So by asking this question, you are giving permission to your patient to express the feelings and emotion. Okay, so other three option is not relevant or not giving the option for the patient to express his feeling. So therapeutic response at time of critical situation always should focus on the patient feelings and emotion. Okay, so the option D is the answer. Then question number 25, which of the following would be common indication of an infiltration? Common indication of infiltration at the IV site. It's very familiar topic. Everyday life we face this. Like pain and swelling around the insertion site will be the indication, common indication. Okay. And so option A is the answer. And the next question is question number 26. Miss Babita is in emergency room after being involved in traffic accident. What would be the early sign of hemorrhagic shock? Shock is sudden circulatory failure, where the early sign would be increased pulse, I mean tachycardia, and decreased blood pressure, hypotension. And in the late stage, both BP and the pulse will be low, hypotension and bradycardia. Okay, so the answer is option C, increased pulse. Okay, then next question is 27. Miss Anita asked the nurse when she can start eating after the surgery. Friends, understand one thing: after any surgery, if patient is under NPO, before starting the fluids, please check the gag reflex and bowel sound. If these two present, start clear fluids and then we can slowly start the diet. Okay, so option 3, I mean, the C is the right answer. Start the clear fluid once the bowel sound can be heard. And next question is 28. When caring for the infant during the cardiac arrest, which pulse is palpated to determine the cardiac function? For infant, please here you should understand very carefully. For infant, the neck is very short and thick, so you may not able to palpate the carotid pulse. In case for the adult, we can choose the carotid pulse. Okay, you can check in Google, or in you can check personally also the neck of the infant and the neck of the adult. You can see the difference. For the infant means from 0 to 1 year, they will be short and thick. It makes the nurse difficult to assess the carotid pulse. So the option B is the right answer, where you can choose brachial pulse. Okay, for adult you can choose carotid pulse. And then 29. The evidence to assert whether or not to experimental treatment or condition has made the difference related to internal validity. This question is about a research topic. This is very tough, and it has some lesson to explain. Later on, I try to explain this research related tools. So so here just I'm giving the option B is the right answer. Okay, so later on I try to upload the video related to this tools of validity checking and research also. Okay, and next question is about the question number 30. Which nursing theorist believes the most patients are capable of self care? This question is comes under theories of nursing. We have studied many theories of nursing. In this, the option A is the right answer. Torah theorem is focusing on self care of the patient. And next question is select the anatomic malformation associated with TOF, tetralogy of Fallot. Is a congenital defect of newborn. Tetra means four defect. Okay, VST, overriding of aorta, and right ventricular hypertrophy, and pulmonary stenosis. Option A is the right answer. Okay, and next is question number 32. Which of the following condition is related to development of renal calculi? For renal calculi, I mean the renal stone, the main cause, if anything in the sense, if any elements in our blood is more than usual, if it is excess, then it gives the way for formation of calculi or the stone. So in this option, the gout is the condition where the uric acid is more in your blood and it deposit in the joint, that we say gout arthritis, and it also gives the way for formation of the calculi in the kidney. Okay, so the option C is the right answer. And 33, question number 33, select the cranial nerves paired with its name correctly. I hope you have, I mean, I hope you aware of the 12 nerves, 12 cranial nerves and its function. Here the option A, 12th cranial nerve is otherwise called hypoglossal nerve. Like for each nerve, based on its function, we have medical terms, medical name for each and every nerve. Hypoglossal is something related to tongue. This nerve supply the tongue, so the 12th cranial nerve is hypoglossal nerve. And the option A is the right answer. And the next question is question number 34. This is about the calculation of EDD. They have given LMP is 28th of April 2018, and please add plus 9 month and plus 7 days to the LMP. This is Nagel's rule. Then you get option 1 Jan 27 2019. Option A is the answer. Question number 35. A 4-year-old female child suffered from severe burns in a house fire. How will you examine the extent of her burns? Okay. For adult, we use rule of 9. For children, option B here, using the Land and Browder chart. Okay. Option A, C, D, and all not relevant. So here the option B is the answer. And next question is 36. A female client who has just been diagnosed with hepatitis A asked the nurse, how could I have got this disease? What would be your response? Dear friends, please study the route of transmission for all infectious disease. For hepatitis A, the route of transmission is fecal-oral. Now you can easily guess the option A is the answer. Okay. All other three option is not at all relevant with fecal-oral. And then about the question number 37. Select the criteria that is coupled with its indication of gestational age or birth weight. Okay. So here option D is the answer, appropriate for gestational age. The neonate weight lies in the range of 10th to 90th percentile. See, the WHO, World Health Organization, has given the growth chart. In the growth chart, we mark the baby growth or fetus growth in the percentile. If the baby weight or fetus weight lies between 10th to 19th percentile, it means the baby is normal, appropriate to the gestational age, or the baby has good growth and development. Okay. And next about the question number 38. Which of the following is paired correctly with its description about skeletal fracture? So here various kind of fracture they have given, and also they have given the explanation. So if you have time, please go through on the fracture types. Okay, so here the avulsion fracture is the answer which has the correct statement about the avulsion. And next is 39. Question number 39. Which of the following sign and symptom indicates salicylate toxicity? Salicylate is what? Aspirin toxicity. Tinnitus, ringing in the ears, is the most common sign of toxicity of salicylate. Okay. And next is urinary bladder is lined with which of the following? This is about the anatomy. Transitional epithelium. Okay. And the next question is question number 41, where they asked about 3 psychological investigation. One is field experiment, laboratory experiment, and ex post facto field studies. If the above investigation are arranged in descending order in terms of researcher ability to control secondary variants, the typical order would be laboratory experiment, field studies, and post facto field studies. Option A is the answer. Okay. And next is about World Health Day. It's very simple question. 7th April, we celebrate World Health Day. Okay. And question number 43, a patient present to be emergency department with blood pressure of 180 by 130, headache, confusion also there. And which additional finding is consistent with diagnosis of hypertensive emergency, or you can say hypertensive crisis? Both are same. Friends, here BP is high and patient has headache and confusion, and visual problem also will be present with hypertensive emergency or hypertensive crisis. Some patient may say blurred vision or loss of vision. So this is all related with retinopathy. So here the answer is A. So this question is about multiple sclerosis. This is neurodegenerative disease which mainly affect the neurosensory and also motor nerves. So here, sensory, I said neurosensory means five sense. It affects all the five sense. In given four option, the vision comes in five sense, right? So the patient will be having the vision loss. So in the multiple sclerosis, patient will have sensory problem, mainly the vision problem. Okay. And the next question is about history of, okay, and the next question is question number 45. A patient who has history of chronic bronchitis admitted to a medical unit, and the nurse notes the red blood cell is elevated. Which of the following is contributing factor for this lab study? For this question you should understand the physiology of. So this question is about multiple sclerosis. This is neurodegenerative disease which mainly affect the neurosensory and also motor nerves. So here, sensory, I said neurosensory means five sense. It affects all the five sense. In given four option, the vision comes in five sense, right? So the patient will be having the vision loss. So in the multiple sclerosis, patient will have sensory problem, mainly the vision problem. Okay. The next is question number 45. A patient who has history of chronic bronchitis has elevated red blood cells. So which would be the cause for this elevated red blood cells? Chronic hypoxia is the answer. To understand this, you should know the physiology of polycythemia. That is, whenever we get chronic hypoxia, the blood production of our body is stimulated, so RBC will be more in the chronic hypoxia. And next is question number 46. A patient who has recently been diagnosed with leukemia, which of the following symptom would the nurse expect to see in this diagnosis? We know that leukemia is immature proliferation of WBC, otherwise, we can say blood cancer. So, in this, the patient may have fatigue, bruise, bone pain. These are all the early symptom of leukemia. Okay, so option A is the answer. And next, okay, sorry. The next question is question number 47. So, here a baby diagnosed with pneumonia. Upon auscultation, the nurse would expect to hear which of the following sound. So here crackles is the answer. As we know, the pulmonary edema caused by pneumonia will give the way for pulmonary crackles. So whichever condition has pulmonary edema will have crackles. So option C is the answer. And next is question number 48. The nurse anticipate the following laboratory study to assess the therapeutic effect in the patient taking heparin. So heparin is anticoagulant. So for anticoagulant, patient who's taking anticoagulant, the activated partial thrombin time will be differ. So the answer B is the answer. Option B is the answer. Then question number 49. A nurse perform pre-operative teaching for client who's going to have cataract surgery. What is most important instruction for this patient? For any eye surgery, we should advise the patient to avoid bending after the surgery. This is to prevent increasing intraocular pressure. So the option D is the answer. Avoid bending from the waist. And next question is question number 50. Which of the following is not potential source of acquired immunity? We have two kind of immunity, innate and acquired. So innate is from birth what we get, that is innate or natural immunity you can say, and acquired immunity is from infection or vaccination or from antibodies we get. So here option 3 is the answer because vitamins is not giving way for the acquired immunity. All other three option we get the acquired immunity. Okay, so option 3 is the answer. Okay.